Hey guys, just had a great afternoon. Hope you guys did as well. It's Friday tomorrow. Let me show you guys one of my favorite things to do when I'm in the garden. It's to feed this guy, Leo, prickly pear cactus. I'm out in the food forest this morning, and the fig trees are in full ripening mode. These are brown turkey figs from my tree here. Very high in fiber, delicious, and when they're ripe and homegrown, they're the best. It's like the reward of all the hard gardening work. It's like dessert, guys. It's so delicious, and then you feel great like an hour later because your body's full of healthy stuff. So before, that fig tree was in my backyard food forest. Now I'm in the front yard food forest, and I've got this fruit ripening even though it's super hot in Phoenix summertime. It's called a Jujube. You can eat them raw and green like this, or red like I'll show you. So these Jujubes are also called Chinese dates. You can eat them green like this. They're crunchy like an apple. Not as juicy, but sweet. But I like them best when they're red and dehydrated on the tree like this. Once they're dehydrated red like this, they're light and fluffy, kind of like a donut consistency, a little chocolate taste, and much more sweet, hence the name Chinese date. So let them dehydrate fully and plant them in your garden. My Moringa trees, which is my tree of life, most nutrient-dense food anywhere, they're full of seed pods right now that are almost ready. So go to jakemace.com and please follow my second Instagram channel called Seed Bank Box on the screen right now. I'm also really excited that my first ever cluster of dates that I pollinated, thinned out, and hooked up are starting to ripen. Right here, they're starting to turn yellow, and that's super exciting for me here. Under the shade of my Royal Poinciana back in the tropical section, it's guava season. Guava season has begun. Every morning I walk out here and there's an offering of guava fruits just sitting on the ground that the tree has donated to me. So here's the guava tree. It's been in the ground for about 3 years and still has a bunch of fruits on them. And here's what has fallen onto the ground this morning. That's going to be my lunch, my vegan snack, garden snack. Supai's back there helping me out. This one looks particularly huge. It's one of the biggest ones I've grown so far. Let's find out if it's pink or white on the inside. It's white. Like a pear consistency, tastes like the tropics. What's really powerful about eating food out of your own garden is that this food was grown in the same climate I live in. So now my immune system will be well suited for the Phoenix area. It's also super ripe in its most ripe state possible. My papaya trees keep putting out lots of ripe papayas. Since March, I've eaten close to 100 papayas this season. This one was on the ground this morning. It looked like it fell overnight and got smashed, so we're gonna give it to the chickens. Here you go, chickens. Here's some smashed papaya for you. I'm also growing my own Adamoya and curry plant, but I've never had the curry go to flower before this year, so it put off these curry berries after the flowers. Somebody out there tell me, are these edible? Can I use these berries? I'm really proud of this tree right here. It's a bay leaf tree. It was 99 cents from Baker Nursery before they closed. It was like 3 leaves, and now it's a humongous, thriving tree, giving me bay for stews and soups. This is the bay leaf tree, and this is all the new growth coming out of the tree. And down below, this is how I water the trees here at my urban farm, which is with bubblers like this, and they're on 8 different zones that are also on a timer. If you guys want to grow Moringa trees like I'm growing, you'll have a multivitamin and food source right in your front and backyard that's drought tolerant. We got all these Moringa seeds available right now at jakemace.com if you want to get a little pack. In addition to providing seed pods and shade, the Moringas provide edible leaves that are like a multivitamin, so nutritious, And they lost all their leaves this year to provide energy for the seed pods, but now that it's moist, the leaves are coming back. I think they're so beautiful. If you guys join my Urban Gardening in Arizona Facebook group for gardeners, there's almost 30,000 people there. And you'll see I'll have a volunteer day coming up, and here's what I'm going to have the volunteers help me with in the garden. May, June, and the first part of July, I let the grass grow if it starts to grow in my beds, because it helps to protect my soil. So now that it's end of July, August, the soil's preserved and the moisture's coming back. And if I dig my hand down here through this grass, you'll see how the grass worked really hard all summer to preserve my potato harvest that I have in here, and now I can take the grass away and have edible potatoes for dinner tonight. The coolest thing about my Vegan Athlete YouTube channel here is it's kind of like my garden journal. You can see my gardening progress over the years. I planted this female fruiting carob tree with you guys. Now look at how big it is now, a few years later. You guys, this is just a mini tour of my backyard garden. This is my koi pond in the backyard, and I'm filming a full tour right now, like a 2-hour tour of everything in my yard, so stay tuned. Sometime in the next week we'll have that out. You know what, guys, do yourselves, the animals, and the planet a favor and go vegan and learn how to grow your food at home. And I'll see you guys back here for my next Vegan Athlete video.